But there you go. That's when we're going to do the start time, and that's when we're going to be starting the sucker up. I'll be right back. I got to do the intro for the video, and yeah, there we go. We'll get started then. But yeah, so just wait till 7 o'clock, and you'll have a fun, interesting time. It looks like it's going to be actually pretty fun as well. So wait till 7 o'clock, guys, and that's what we'll do. So let me turn this microphone back off. We'll get started on this lovely bit of a show, and I'll be right back. I gotta do the intro for the video, and yeah, there we go. We'll get started then. But yeah, so just wait till okay, there we go. But yeah, so that will be the fun adventures of today. Hello, my name is Jay, and welcome back to my Tech Vault. And today we're building a $1,500 workstation / gaming PC. We got an RTX 2070. We got some really nice RGB components. And today is going to be a fun day. So I'm actually going to be live streaming this like I build all my computers. I basically have a lot of questions too about how I get hands-on with the hardware. Well, I actually do this as like a kind of like a company thing where I kind of build computers for people watch my videos, and then therefore I get to kind of do these videos for you guys. The person whoever's watching gets a nice little video showcasing it in a live stream. They can watch as it's being built live, and then kind of hop in there and get a nice full round experience. I've done maybe like 20 or so computers like this, so it's a really fun thing for me and for the person that's getting the computer built. So if you're interested, there's info on that in the description. Otherwise, enjoy today's video. It's going to be more of a hands-on, interesting kind of video. I'm going to set up all the rest of the cameras. And I've actually got like 15 minutes before the stream officially starts, so it'll be a fun, interesting time, and I definitely recommend, if you haven't watched it, maybe watch it. And of course, enjoy this video. It's going to be a nice time-lapse and a lot of cool and interesting different parts of the video. But thank you very much for watching. Let's get into it. Okay, you know what? The mic can be on all you'd like. Surprise, it's microphone time. Let's go. Put the microphone, get that stuff going. We got a fun activity for today, guys. We're starting 12 minutes early. I'm not starting to stream 12 minutes early. I'm just getting everything done that I need to, like posting at places. And actually, I'm not officially starting like the building until we're actually ready to go. But let me actually get the last little bit of stuff that I need. As I said, I like to give myself a little bit of time to get everything ready to go before I get down with like the building part, because that's not necessarily fun to do as well. Let me actually delete that. That was done wrongly, but it's on. Yep, the microphone is on. I've got a fun. This is actually going to be an extremely fun PC to build. See if I can get this last little post done. And let me get my actually link of what I'm supposed to. But yeah, it's preparing. You got to get prepared before you get started, man. I like to make sure I'm fully prepared before the stream actually starts. And I like to give, because I had this one time where I had this nice live stream and everyone was waiting for it. I had something like, I don't know, 500 some viewers, and I was late. And ever since then, I've been definitely focused on making sure that I'm ready to go and prepared. So let's just try this. But yeah, so I think we are all ready and set to go. I'm just waiting on the guy to show up, and I'm going to get my Streamlabs stuff set up, and then we'll be ready to get started. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun day prepared today, guys. We've got this is a pretty RGB system, and then we've got a pretty fancy like bit of hardware to go with it. Then I'm also building this computer for somebody as like part of my computer builds. So this is going to be a pretty fancy stuff to go on today. So I'm just waiting for this. I'll be putting on the cameras in a second. Okay, we are all good to go. Let's get some cameras on, shall we, boys? So what's up, everybody? We've got ourselves a computer build, and for the sake of everything else, I've got to go get these last bit of cameras ready and set up to go. So y'all are gonna have to apologize for my boarding house reach. But basically what we got today is, as I said, a pretty fancy computer build, and I'm honestly pretty excited for this one. Let's get this a nice low down time lapse. Got a lot of battery on the sucker. I fully charged all my batteries. We're all good to go. Let's turn the sucker off and get this ready to go as well. Let's put this on time lapse. Let's get a nice overhead view. Actually, I think I might go for more of that style. Bring this over here a little bit. And I think that's where we're going to officially call it quits. And I think does this have 8 minutes left? Did I not wipe the, it doesn't look like I wiped the, hold on, you guys are gonna have to give me a second. I gotta get my footage off this real quick from earlier. But as I said, we're not officially getting started until 7 o'clock. I just gotta do my usual, clean up some stuff, get some footage transferred, and we're gonna be getting ready. What's up, SCS Gamer? How's it going? I'm getting the last little bit of everything done today. So we should be starting, as I said, at 7 o'clock officially. I'll be starting with the building. I'm waiting for a dude to hop on. I'm actually building this for somebody, so it's kind of important that they're on to watch. That's kind of why I do these live streams.
But yeah, it's a fun computer build today. I've got one little bit of footage to grab off, and then we'll be ready to get started. So 4K special, and we'll just say 4KS, and then we'll put that over there, give that a second to transfer, and we'll be ready to get started. I'm gonna have to crack a window too, because this place gets toasty when I'm streaming. I appreciate y'all hopping in here today. We're just getting ready to get started. As I said, last year $1,500 bought me a 1700X and 1050 Ti. Yo man, I can relate to that on multiple levels. I feel bad for you, dude, because honestly, a lot of the people that went through and bought this stuff actually ended up being in a really bad situation because the stuff came out. I'm actually gonna end up moving this case too, so y'all can see me. But basically, just got put in a bad position. Honestly, it's not all the expensive computer hardware and stuff was just not necessarily worth it. And I feel bad for people that bought stuff, to be honest. It's just completely ludicrous in the pricing. So there we go. But I appreciate y'all hopping in here today, guys. And we've got a nice build from your little YouTuber boy. But I'm actually building this for somebody. So it's actually going to be a fun day. I don't have to pay for it. What's up, Felipe? How's it going? Hello, I guess from Brazil. Nice to see you there. And nice to see you viewers from all across the world. Really heartwarming experience. Let me clean up my last camera. And that's what I did last night is I transferred all the stuff off. We are all good to get started, boys. But yeah, as I said, thank you all for joining me today. We got a really fun day packed, ready to go. So let me get my last camera, get this last little cable off my camera real quick, and then we're good to get started. I might end up popping the sucker off too. Hopefully that was not the camera. Okay, no, it wasn't. And then we'll get the start on today's build. So let me get this time lapse going, and might end up putting this up a little higher. And there we go. Got full battery on that sucker. Got full battery on that sucker, and we are all good. So thank you everybody for joining me today. We've got ourselves a pretty action-packed day. So I don't know if any of you guys have joined me for my streams before, but this is basically the kind of stuff I do. I do a lot of really nice computer builds, and I do them on stream for a lot of people. As I said, that's kind of part of the channel itself. So that's kind of a big thing for me. But yeah, so welcome everybody. As you can see, I've got a lot of cameras around. We do lots of RGB builds, lots of computer builds, especially for the big subscriber milestones. And so I do these with people, of course. Turn this. I'm just trying to adjust this how I like this as well, so I can see everything. 3 more minutes, boys, and we'll be getting started officially. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. What died this time? This may have not even been started. But what's up, Voidera? Hopefully this camera didn't die. And let's get this sucker going over here, make sure it's not in the way of anything. Okay, we're all good. So, what's up, everybody? First time watcher and caller here. Well, nice to see you, man. Thank you for joining in for the stream. We've got, I think, 3 minutes to go, and we're going to start. So how I do this is I offer a really unique service. I build computers for people on like live streams. And so people will either mail in some of their parts like this guy did. I'll build the computer, mail it back. But I'll basically build a computer, make the cool video, and then someone gets a nice computer and they get like this cool stream and video they can watch, because I know a lot of people don't have the know-how to build a computer, so I think it's a really cool, unique experience to be able to stream it. And then a lot of people enjoy it too. So we got my boy Maker in here. We got 13 viewers. There goes my socks, and we're going to get serious now. So let's see if this dude is hopping in here, because it's ultimately important that he gets to watch the stream, or at least part of it. So as I said, it's kind of important that all this stuff is there for him to watch as well. If my microphone goes, you guys are gonna have to let me know. It's a little low on battery. I can switch over. I got some extra batteries here. I've also got a whole bunch of camera batteries, so if any of my cameras die, I'm good to go as well. Love the vids. I've been building for 20 years, and nice to see this working for you. Honestly, I have such a fun time building computers. Everyone likes it. You know, we get some like 12 or so viewers is actually a good amount for me, and honestly, it's a fun experience for everybody. Really enjoyable experience for the people that are building the computers for. It's just honestly amazing. Do you insure your work? Honestly, I'm just getting into it, so a lot of the stuff is under the table. It's RTX off and socks off. But as I said, I'm actually in the process of getting this registered in the United States, so I'll have a business license, and then it will all be insured and stuff. But for right now, it's just I do the simple computer stuff, just help some people out on and off, and okay. But honestly, it's just we're just in the process of. But here we go. So we've got a nice computer build. Yep. But honestly, as I said, I get the business license soon, and we're just fooling around right now. As I said, I kind of do this more for like a one-on-one kind of thing with people. And we've hit 7 o'clock. I'm going to probably hold it for 5 more minutes. Wait till this guy hop in because he's getting off of work, and I want to make sure that he gets to come in here and watch his computer be built. I think that's a really unique experience. So if you guys don't mind waiting a little bit longer, for me it's rather more important than I guess to other people. But we can pretty much go over the hardware. Why don't we do that? So let's get the hardware. And I've got as I said, this setup is a lot better than what it used to be. So this is going to be super fancy. My boy starting business from a Mineplex streamer to this, super proud. You know, dude, I'm really happy with where we came from. And I mean, honestly, if anyone were to ask, like, am I ashamed of where I came from? No, that's not, like, where I started. No, I was thinking about it last night, and like where I started, like, you know, playing Mineplex on Minecraft and all that stuff. Honestly, I'm not ashamed of it all, because if I look back at all the people that I used to play with, all the boys, all 10, 15 of us that we used to stream and play together, not that I have more to do, but how long does it take to build? So usually these build streams take maybe about an hour and a half. Obviously, I don't recommend you stay for the whole thing. There are some people that do. I've got some boys hopping in and out. I don't blame you. An hour is kind of a long, but we usually have more of a chill kind of one-on-one experience. It's actually one of the kind of closest times I do with my builds and stuff, is I do a lot of, you know, as I said, we take a little bit longer, but then usually when the person I'm building for is in and out of there. Jersey just asked if he wants to insure, then have him pay for part replacement. Oh yeah. So I've done that. I'm sorry, I'm confused on what you were asking. So insured, basically, I have like an insurance kind of, or a warranty on this, I guess, and then I also do insurance when I mail it. So this all has like all these parts I buy that already have warranties on them, and so if something breaks, either I can help him like get a part replacement, but I usually do like a Q&A bit. So like my streams take about an hour, and then I maybe spend an hour to maybe like 3 hours, A, installing Windows, and B, getting everything and making sure everything is working. That's survival world though. My survival world on Minecraft was by far pretty dang amazing. I'm not gonna lie there. Okay, so I'm going to hippity hoppity. We'll just go over some parts on the sucker. So let's get started, shall we? So as I said, this is going to be a pretty fun. Oh, come on! Where is this remote control part of this app is a little annoying, if I'm not going to say the least. This little come on, remote control. Can this not work? There we go. Side transition. Okay, boys. So hardware time. First, Amazon payout. Good for you, man. So here's our hardware. So we've got an AMD Ryzen 2700X. We've got one of those suckers. Pretty impressive boy. Let me find my remote too. Yeah, these cameras also remote control. So that's the wrong one. But that's also the wrong one. There we go. So y'all can get a little bit closer in my face, because you know the zoom also appears to have been. Well, that's going to be a problem if the zoom doesn't work. Nope, that's on 1. Nope. Did the zoom break on this sucker? Oh well, that's kind of sad. So yeah, that's covered. Yeah, so I've got a kind of a good idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so hardware-wise, we got a Ryzen 2700X. We got a 16 gigabyte kit of Trident Z RGB. We got ourselves a nice motherboard, like a nice Asus Prime X470 Pro. I'm actually going to stand up for this, so if you all don't apologize, I apologize for any. I actually like building these computers standing up, so I'm going to have to adjust a few things. Don't mind me. I've got a nice fancy table for this though, so it's not a big deal. But let's just adjust the camera real quick, and then we'll be good to get started. I think that camera's dying. A little sad actually, because I've had this for a bit. Okay, let me get this camera up here a little higher. Move this over a little bit, and we'll just pop this up as well. Okay. And then there we go. So you all see the camera in there, you know what's up. Let's get this over here as well, and you all get the full build experience. Okay, yeah. So my survival world is amazing. We're not here to talk about survival though. And let's see if I can get this higher, and therefore away farther. And I don't want to get in the front of the view as well of the camera. Okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. Mount this camera real quick. So I have to figure out what exactly we're doing on the sucker. Might bring it over. Let's do it this way. And I apologize, it's going to move the camera a little bit as well. It can't be above. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it this way. Hippity hoppity. Let's get this adjusted, because this is kind of important that this is good to go. Make sure you all are good. And it looks like we're ready to get started, boys. 500 gigabyte, 860, yes we do. And this is not good as well. Okay. This needs to be here. I gotta figure out how to get I gotta figure this. Give me a bit, guys. I gotta get these cameras where I want them for this guy's build video. And then there we go. Make sure this is good how I want this. Make sure this front camera we can bring up a little bit as well. That may end up being a little bit closer than. I think we're all good. I think we are ready to get started now. I think all the cameras are good to go. So guys, welcome to the live stream. We've got a really fun time today. So we got an MSI Duke RTX 2070 and Samsung 860 EVO. Got a big boy power supply, 850 watt G3, a 2 terabyte hard drive, also a good deal. And then we've got the case over here, which is a Cooler Master T500. Super big fans on the front, RGB case. It's a really, really nice case, so I'm really happy to build in it and get started. Let's see if we got here on my boy hopping in here for the live stream. I really want to make sure he hops in here and is here for his stream. So we'll just go over, take a look at some of these parts. I'm kind of buying a little bit of time, so I apologize again, but we're here kind of for this, kind of for him, so I want to make sure we get the full lowdown. So here we go. We're going to take a look at the first motherboard. So this sucker is, and actually I'm going to bring this camera down a little bit as well. And I got to figure out why this camera is not zooming. I'm going to reboot this one. So sorry about that. Give it a second, we'll reboot. So that camera's rebooting. Hopefully it will get the, it will stop the issues. And yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that everything's good. Wait for the second camera to reboot. I might have to fix something on this lovely OBS. Come on, OBS. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, zoom's fixed. So there we go. I should have just rebooted it. There we go. So we've got a nice start for today. Hope y'all are looking forward to this as much as I am. And okay, let's get ourselves started. So in here, we've got a really nice looking motherboard. So this has RGB on it. It's of course got a lot of overclocking support, especially with the 2700X. We got a good power supply to overclock. We got a good processor to overclock. We've got a good motherboard to overclock. We've got a good graphics card. So basically this guy's got the overclocking, any overclocking he wants in there. So this will be, as I said, a fun, as I said, it's going to be a fun build regardless, but I've got all the cool cable management stuff ready to go. So it's going to be, it will definitely be one of the most prettiest builds that I've done in a long bit. Okay, so that's the motherboard option. And I'm going to take a look at this graphics card next because this is by far, I don't remember if this unboxing video is out yet, but I did do an unboxing of this, which definitely worth a watch. This guy is not only an interesting graphics card, but it's pretty sexy looking. I'm not gonna lie there. Here you go. So this is the graphics card itself. Goes up, and this is the graphics card. And this is a pretty attractive looking graphics card as well. Y'all can take a nice look at this. This is the MSI Duke 2070, sorry. And let me get you guys a nice zoom in on this. So to zoom in for you guys pretty close, you guys can see this has got 3 different fans. And I don't know if this is going to adjust this size. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 3 different fans on the sucker. We've got a 1, 2, and a 3. And I don't know if you all can count or not, but the back plate on this sucker looks pretty dang attractive as well. We've got a really nice back plate. We've got the cooler. So if you, I actually did a build with the 1080 Ti Duke, and this is much better design because the original one was plastic. They had the heat sinks hanging off. There was no kind of backplate on here. So they did do a lot of design improvements, which I'm actually kind of happy with. So I'm going to put this back in here right now. Hopefully this guy hops on here. I'm really just waiting for him because I want to make sure that this guy gets to watch his computer be built and also be able to respond a little bit for it. It's a really nice engaging experience. So there's that, and it's also got a card holder itself. Let me zoom back out. So it's also got a card holder itself. So let's see, zoom in. I don't know, trying to get so it's just the table. You know, we'll leave that. You guys can see my feet. There you go. Y'all see my feet. You know what? Fingerprints. It's fine, man. If I get charged with some crime or something, I'll know who it is. Okay, so there's that. That sucker. Graphics card, as I said, pretty good looking. No issue. I'll clean off the graphics card too. I'm not worried about it. So the processor, the cooler itself looks actually pretty good as well. I'm pretty happy to take a look at that for you guys. And then I think I'm going to have no choice but to kind of get started. I've waited a good bit. So let me make sure that this guy is all ready to get started. We've waited, given it 10 minutes. And hopefully, let me make sure he gets off at 7 o'clock. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to have no choice but to start building. So here is the processor. Now, I've never actually done a build with a 2700X. I've done a lot of builds with, I did a build with the 2600. I actually did 3 builds with that. 1600, and then I did a 1800X, and there's a lot of long lists of processors, stuff that I've done. So here's the processor. Nice view on the camera for y'all. But as I said, we're not going to take it out of there because there's no point, especially with these having pins on it. You can really break a processor if you're fooling around with it. I personally just have a preference of leave it in there unless you're actually putting in something. Cooler itself, also pretty interesting. A pretty nice looking cooler as well. I'm actually excited to see what the stock cooler does thermal wise. So let's look at that. And that is pretty much the whole build. All the different parts we're kind of planning out to do. So yeah, the power supply looks good. Motherboard looks good. I might just get this case over here a little bit farther. Make sure I'm not pushing it off. That'd be really bad. We've got the power supply. Graphics card ain't needed yet. Okay. So I think we may be good to get started on this build. Let's just leave this sucker here. And that looks really, really nice and pretty. So here we are. So in this motherboard box is kind of the goodies, and I think we're going to start moving into building. So we've got this really nice looking motherboard, got a bunch of different fancies underneath it. If I do remember correctly, there is some coupon in here that I did show on video. don't remember if I think I might have moved it. Yeah, I did. Okay, I was smart. Aviant Gamer, Aviant Gamer was the stuff, man. Don't argue about it. Aviant Gamer was definitely the good stuff. And this is what I was looking for. Okay, so there we go. Here's the motherboard. And so in the sucker, we've got a nice look at our good old motherboard. And this is a pretty attractive motherboard. Like, you know, this has got silver accents. We've got all the pretty silver accents on there. Let me actually bring this camera up a little bit, and then we'll zoom in a little bit on it. I think this needs to also be adjusted that way. There we go. So we've got a nice look at this motherboard. I need to make a garbage pile again. So there we go. We got a nice look at this motherboard. We've got the regular DIMM slots. We've got these really nice aluminum heat sinks. They are kind of milled, but they still are a really nice looking, attractive heatsink. We've also got an M.2 heatsink, but we're not going to really be using that today. We've got the 6 SATA ports. We've got two M.2 drives, and then we've got the 3 SATA or PCIe X16 slots. We've got the plastic coating. A lot of RGB and pump fans, which is nice. And then we got the RGB options right next to CPU cooler. Great job on them. I like that a lot. And we also got the RGB for the case fans and the lights as well. And I'm missing something. Hold up. I am missing my RGB lights. I paid for those, so I'd like to use them. Here we are. Sorry. That's what I'm looking for. RGB lights. And so that's pretty much what you're looking at there. So on the side for I/O, we've got our good fair share of I/O as well. We've got a USB X16 into the DIMM slots to make the RAM, oh yeah, very, very fast. So we got a lot of different USB ports. We got a lot of I/O, but we're not going to be using it, obviously, since there's no integrated graphics on the 2700X. But here we are. Let's lay that out real quick. Please, I/O shield. Make sure I don't forget that this time. That won't necessarily be used. I will be using that. Also need the manual to get the I/O. SATA ports, and I believe that's for M.2, but we're also not using that. Just have a quick start guide for where to put the RAM slots. Oh, of course not. They made you look for it. You have to look for it. Grits and thermal paste in the socket for a 6 gigahertz overclock. Oh yeah, man, 6 gigahertz. This is going to be a real quick overclock on the 2700X. I mean, they're supposed to. The next gen Ryzen looks pretty dang attractive. If these rumors or leaks, whatever you want to call them, are correct, it's going to be a pretty dang attractive CPU, and I might have to upgrade. I don't want to have to upgrade, but I might have to. For 16 cores, 32 threads at 5.1 gigahertz, man. I don't know. It's looking pretty dang attractive option. Okay, so I think we've really pushed the limits on what I wanted to do for time constraints. So I think we're finally going to get started. Let me take my phone out and just check one last time. And then let's get started, boys. Let's do this. So here we are, building time, everybody. Hope y'all are excited. I hope y'all are really, really excited, because me, and that's not what I was trying to do. Me, I am extremely. I mean, I'm very, very, very excited. So let's just get started. So here we are, guys. We got a computer build, a nice, fresh computer build. And a brand new one. As I said, I do these for people if you're interested. And it's better than a laptop. Oh boy, it will be better than any laptop you can get currently. So let's get started. So we'll put the sucker up here for the moment. Take a look at the 2700X. 12 cores, 24 threads, 4.8 gigahertz max. Perfecto. Hey man, I feel you. I feel you, dude. I am so hyped. I was thinking about it. I'm like, Intel said that their response would be 10 cores and like 20 threads, and I still don't understand how the heck, after 16 cores, 32 threads at 5.1 gigahertz, do you get better than that? Like, as I said, for me, I'm going to be upgrading. There's absolutely no way to go around it. Just such a, I mean, I hope they're true, because if they're not true, there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. Okay, so here we are. CPU, boys. We've got ourselves a cooler, which also kind of important. Make sure I put the sucker. And I actually need to start making a pile. My pile of boxes, my validation, and you know, y'all want to know my credentials. There you go. Put that sucker up there. We also grabbed some good old RAM. Take the sucker out as well. I'm gonna make this pile over here of. Actually, this doesn't go over here just yet. And we've got ourselves a computer build. So let's get started. So let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can get, I might just leave this over the table. And y'all are still getting, I'm going to get mixed up with the cameras today. I apologize. Okay, so we've got ourselves our computer build, and that's going to just sit over here. Actually, I might put it up there. So we got our RAM, got our processor, got a cooler. Here we go, boys. So I love this RAM, though. This RAM, Trident Z RGB, by far some of the best RAM out there. You can't deny it, and I actually got to get let me get my other tools, too. But by far, some of the best RAM that you can have out there. Literally, this stuff is the ideal bit of RAM. Like, you know, someone says, get some other RAM, I don't know what they're telling you. This RGB, with all the processor boxes, no, those are my dead body counts. That's all the times I did the Verge over again. The Verge got nothing on me. Hold on, we got to get this. The Verge, see, they've got nothing on me, man. Like, I've done my fair share. I know my stuff. I gotta say, like, I've done my fair share of time, man. Like, and I have a box collection just so that y'all, when y'all ask, you know, do you know what you're doing? I'm like, heck yeah, I've done this a couple times. Not my first rodeo. Okay, so RAM, this stuff, my favorite. As you can see, I don't have it in my system, my main, but you know, anytime someone asks, I'm like, oh yeah, this stuff, the go-to stuff. This is so good. I mean, you take that out of the box and you're just instantly like, whew. I mean, I don't know if you're feeling it yet, but like, whoa, baby, I'm having a good day already. Put this back over to my box. As I said, I collect me some boxes. Y'all have a problem with that? You just got to deal, because that in my background, some really good stuff. RGB RAM, love it. Some Trident Z RGB. Oh baby. So we've got ourselves a 3200 megahertz kit. This stuff looks good. It's really nice and pretty, and I got no problems with it. So I hope y'all don't either. Okay, let's start with a nice CPU. And this is by far, back when I built my first computer, I had an AMD CPU, and I was scared out of my mind. I'm like, there's pins on the bottom. What if I bend one? And obviously, I'm not going to say don't be stupid. I'm not going to be stupid around here. That's especially since this is not my computer that I'm building. I'm building this for somebody. I'm not going to be stupid. But I will be willing to say that y'all don't make the mistake of freaking yourself out about some pins on the bottom of a CPU, because there's lots of other ways to go down and ruin a computer build besides that. So I'm going to make a pile of stickers. We're going to say sticker pile is up here. Here we are. So let's put this RAM in. Actually, I do have to do my research real quick before we get started. Make sure I'm putting it in the right slots. So let's find this guide real quick. Flip, 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 and find out where we're looking at for the RAM configuration. So it looks like we got DIMM 1 and 2 are what we're looking at, or 1 and 3, sorry. So let's just pop these suckers in. I don't know, what should we do? Let's do CPU first, just so we can get some. I'll just put the CPU in first. Okay, I'm gonna do a little offset here. Here we go, time. Here we go, it's go time, boys. CPU, let's put the sucker in. Hippity hoppity. Oh baby, and actually, let's make sure I don't forget this the wrong way either. So line up those triangles. We've got a triangle. We've got ourselves a triangle right there. Making sure I'm lining this up correctly. There we go. And let's put the sucker in. Not even a little bit of an issue. There we go. All in, and there we go. CPU installed. I've got to say there's a little bit of an odd discrepancy on this. Looks like the heat shield might have changed up the heat shield a little bit if I do look so. Why are you getting out the processor when you haven't even applied thermal paste to the socket? Oh no, man. Oh, dude, come on. Oh, there goes my 6 gigahertz. I know, right? Okay, let's put this RAM sucker in. Remember, first and final socket. I don't know why they do, or first and third socket, sorry. I don't know why they don't, you know, make it. I think we need to put some thermal paste on the RAM, though. Like, come on, man. Like, how can you not go for the thermal paste on the RAM? There we go. That was a nice. Only gotta get 2 gigahertz, man. Oh, man. I gotta say that this RAM is just perfect for this build. Like, it's silver, too. Like, y'all gotta admit, like, this is looking pretty dang impressive already. Like, look at that. Silver right there. Oh baby, this is just such a good day already. Such a good day. So I don't know. This would be one of the parts where I'd ask the dude if he was in here whether or not he'd want the stock thermal paste, or I can throw some of mine on. It really does depend on what he's preferring. I can always change it up. It's not a big deal. Hopefully he'll hop in at some time though. It's kind of important that he does so we can make some of those design decisions. But here we go. So let's take a look at this cooler now. So coolers, AMD's coolers. Don't get me started. This AMD does such a good job. You take a look at Intel's coolers, any Intel cooler for the matter of fact, and you having a bad day. I'm just gonna admit that. You look at Intel's coolers, you're gonna have a really bad day. So here we are. I'll put the stock stuff on and hippity hoppity. That's not what I wanted to do. That's some raw thermal paste right there. We're just gonna put that back on for the moment. So Intel's or AMD's coolers, by far, you don't get any more RGB, good looking, more attractive, more sexually provocative than AMD's coolers right there. It just doesn't go any better. So here we are. Let's go with, put that down there. So here we are. See which way I'm doing this. So this is power for, now this might be USB control for the, yeah, okay. So this is what I'm looking for here. This goes directly into that. Okay, we're gonna have a fun time today, guys. So I think we're gonna go with the stock, and let me make sure I'm brushed up on how to install this, because you know what, we could go for it. Yeah, I think I'm good. So here we are, fun time. Let's figure out how we want to mount this sucker. So we've got this way of doing it, or that way, and I'm thinking I'm going this style. No offense, guys. But I don't like this way of mounting. Don't get me wrong. It's an interesting bit of way to mount the CPU. Okay, here we go. See if I can get this sucker. There we go. Hippity hoppity. Time to, yeah, what is AMD? This cooler mounting mechanism has by far been an interesting situation. We're not gonna lie here. And I want to make sure I'm doing that correctly. Let's find the instructions. Nothing wrong with some instructions, man. Me too. Oh no, man! Don't drive home in the. No. We ain't doing this. No. We're waiting. My man's driving home watching the stream. We're not doing that. I got some instructions here, man. We're not doing no driving in the car, man. That's not safe. I'm gonna be looking at some instructions. We're waiting for you to get home, man. Safety, that's more important. The stream can wait. We got nothing is texting and driving. No, we're not doing that. What's up, Splay Basil? We're not going to be. And Chizzy Shism is the guy that's watching the stream. This is his computer, so we gotta wait for him to drive home safely because that's more important than this computer. But I will personally wait. So should he use the Intel sticker? It works better. My business is starting. I actually got the paperwork filled out, so if, it's off hopefully. So I should have that stuff back. Okay, make sure I'm doing this correctly. That was not done accurately. Y'all gonna have to give me a sec. I gotta run down and get some microphone batteries. I'll be right back, but hey, you my man, you need to get home. I got you. I'll go find some different microphone batteries. connected? Oh, we are. Okay. So if you want to know something, I'm currently all the way across my house. So let's see. This is a super nice lavalier. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I think I'm back now. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, boys. What's up, guys? The IO shield real quick. Nah, guys, nobody comes in here. You took an RX Titan from NASA. Dang, man. Like, how does NASA have Titans? Actually, I shouldn't say anything. Everyone's got something impressive. It just, I mean, all the R&D departments have something cool. Like, I gotta say, you take a look to like either like any computer builder, any system manufacturer. They've got all the fancy hardware, and it's really, really nice to look at. So, see if my man has officially hopped himself in here. Let's just wait for my boy to get himself home. I'm waiting because I don't want this guy that I'm building this computer for to be driving home watching the stream. That's not important. My stream is not that important, and I will have no problem waiting. I really don't want to have to be explaining to somebody, you know, hey, I was building a live stream and, you know, somebody got hurt because, you know, someone was watching my live stream. So we're really just waiting for my man to get home safely, and then we'll get ourselves started. So as I said, I'm waiting, and I'm not budging on that, guys. So y'all have a problem with that, I guess. Just have to deal. What's up, Mr. Khan? How's it going? We got ourselves a nice computer build already. Pretty good, solid so far. It's funny how Jay's camera quality is higher than PewDiePie. Well, man, these cameras are kind of. Actually, I've got. You know, this is live stream cameras too. These are actually over here are my recording cameras. So, 1080p 60 FPS. What GPU is my main P? So, two things. Number one, we got one GPU. My GPU in here. It's 1080 Ti Founders Edition. I got it back right when they came out for $650, which by far is a good deal. And then over here, we've got an MSI Duke 2070 in the Ryzen 2700X build. This sucker right here is a pretty exciting one as well. And as I said, we're waiting for this guy to get home. So I'm not, as I said, we're waiting for him to get home so he can watch the stream at home rather than what he was doing, which was watching while he was driving. Not safe, not a good idea, so we're waiting. I hope y'all can respect that and respect that for me. If you don't mind, we can talk about anything you want, but we're just kind of chilling out at the moment so that when he gets home, basically we're waiting for him because I feel like that's important, especially since he's the kind of one that made this whole build possible. But my system, I've had this for about, I don't know, ever since the 1080 Ti came out. So maybe about a year and a half, almost 2 years now. It's pretty impressive. It's actually done really well. Like the 1800X has done a good job for all the video editing. Just paid $650 for a GTX 1080 a few months ago. Yeah, so $650 for this 1080 Ti, and that was Founders Edition, brand new when it came out. Such a good graphics card. Like my video editing, perfect. All the editing and stuff. This computer is awesome. 32 gigs, 3000 megahertz. It's really good. Yeah, your 1080 Ti is non-existent. Well, I know that's kind of sad, man. My opinions on the 1660 Ti. So, I think, the card itself, fair deal, understandable. I guess that's pretty much the way you could describe it, understandable. I might actually run down and grab a drink of water too, a glass of water. But the naming itself, and actually I might go walk down, y'all can listen to me. This microphone, I have a 2-mile radius on this microphone, so I can go 2 miles away. I could drive to the grocery store and y'all could still hear me. So I'm gonna go down, get something to drink. Y'all should still be able to hear me. You guys can hear my thoughts and stuff on that. Actually, I'll bring my phone too, so y'all can keep on chatting. Yeah, this thing's got 2-mile radius. It's awesome. So yeah. So as I said, 1660 Ti. The naming is interesting. We'll just say that. Honestly, on my preferences on the 1660 in the sense of like performance, I think it's a pretty good deal. I think that like the RX 580 was a good deal back when that came out. That's kind of been the overhead leading card, I guess, for that price range. And so now that we've got, you know, AMD or NVIDIA, sorry, coming in and going about trying to kind of get into that, break into that price range is an interesting, I guess, interesting, especially since they are doing like, you know, 3 different cards, and excuse this is ice. But they've done their interesting, I guess, done it interestingly that they've decided to go about doing multiple cards that way. So honestly, the naming is a little odd. That's what would be my opinion on the naming. Let me just get this up on the stuff. Let me actually bop into this stream real quick and see what y'all are saying. I got something to drink though, so that way my throat doesn't go dry when we're talking away. As I said, this microphone is quite nice. Okay, so I'm back up. Let's get ourselves started. So, Jay, have you subscribed to PewDiePie? Yes. I made a subscribe to PewDiePie build, man. That's kind of the ultimate goal. How do you get money for all this stuff? Oh, so Logan, I'm building this computer for somebody that's supposed to be, he's actually driving home right now. So that's why we're waiting for him to get home so we can build it so he can watch. Let me step away from the computer parts with liquids. But right next to mine. Didn't know this is gonna be an ASMR vid. Yeah, y'all get a full ASMR. The microphone's like right here. So I'm building this for somebody. They paid for all these parts. I get paid like 30 bucks or so to build it. Nice deal. Not gonna lie. Like I get to build this stuff on camera. I get some videos out of it. Really good deal. So that's why we're waiting for him. Actually, I might have to crack a window in a second. Hopefully it's not humid outside. But we're waiting for him to get home so we can get started on this build. Let's see what the temperature is outside. Let's see what my lovely temperature is. As I said, we're just waiting, and I have no problem waiting. I don't want people driving home watching my stream. It's not that important. We'll wait. Let's see what the weather is. We got 67 out. I don't know what it is in here, but I'm sweating. I'm cracking a window. Let's find out. Let's crack ourselves a window. See what the temp is outside. It's definitely not 60 like the air conditioning unit says. So we'll find out. Hopefully. Yeah, this is a little bit cooler. That's substantially cooler, actually. Hopefully the hot air will get out there. Okay. 1660 Ti or 2060 for $75 more. So do you want ray tracing or not ray tracing? That's the ultimate question. That's what we usually should be asking. And honestly, my personal preference is I'd go for the 1660 Ti. Just because, I mean, ray tracing isn't really worth it for me. Obviously, in this case, like when we're building for this price range, the RTX cards are equivalent to like the 2080, so you can't deny that that'd be the right card for the budget. But just for like that low of a price range, you really don't want to throw your money in there. You can put it else somewhere. Right now we're just waiting. As I said, I apologize, but if y'all have a problem with me waiting for someone to drive home so they're not watching this on their phone, then I would, you know, especially since this is the guy that I'm building this for, you know, y'all, I guess can, I'm just waiting, and I got no problem with that. And oh boy, did that window help. You know, I was sweating away. Okay, so I'm actually pretty excited for this build though. This is looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. I think I gotta put one of these RGB cables in. I'll probably zip tie this together and maybe, I don't know, can this go around the long way? Probably not. Maybe. Let's find out. Nope. So let's just put that back on. CPU fan, and we'll just wait. We're just waiting, guys, for our boy to get home and then we'll get ourselves started. We're really in no rush, so I hope he does get home pretty soon. There's a spider crawling down my wall behind me. Won't be the first time. I'm not too worried. Yeah, I don't want my client to get hurt. Hey, but to be fair though, I already got my money, so it's not that. I'm not trying to be like that, but I did already kind of get my money. What's your current daily driver for my keyboard mouse? Actually, I'll show you all that. But I'm saying like I've got the money, so that's a bad situation. Let's just not talk about that. That's not cool. Like that'd be really bad. Just no, we're not talking about that. Different topic. Keyboard. Since we've got, let me show y'all what I got in my fancy system, shall we? So meanwhile, let's take a break. Let's have showcase time since we're kind of waiting around. Okay, let's transition because that's probably better. So here y'all. So my keyboard, and there y'all get my nice glass of milk and my whole streaming. Actually, you know, y'all don't see this. There's 2 glasses. I have a few glasses. I have a glass addiction problem. Okay. So my keyboard is a sorry, I'm forgetting this. Ryzen, and it's a mechanical keyboard. What's up, Larry Brown? So right now we're kind of waiting for the guy that I'm building this for to get home from work. He was actually watching this while he was driving home. So it's I'm not going to be the one that, you know, tells him to watch the stream. I'm going to wait up for him. And then let me just show you all of this real quick. So you all can see my keyboard. Let me see if I can find something to type into. We'll just type into a random search bar. But as you can see, so when you push a button, you get all this light up effects. And actually, let's turn off. I can't turn off those lights. That will mess up the camera. Okay, that was one of the downsides of doing that. So we've got this fancy RGB strip on the side. We've got this really nice fancy like wave effect going on there. I like it a lot. The wave effect actually looks pretty dang attractive. But that would be my daily driver on that sucker, and that would be the wrong direction. But there we go. And then I've got my fair share of stuff down below. So what's up? We're just waiting on the guy that I'm building this for to get home, so we can get started. Let me actually adjust this camera up front as well, so that we're not having a. See if I can adjust this, and put that down there, and then we'll be ready to get started. So say that again. I gotta pull up the chat so I can see this. Could you flash and run Kali Linux on a Raspberry Pi for video? It could be done, no problem. It's just like Kali Linux, a lot of that stuff is quite easy, and this needs to get out of the way of that camera. That's my microphone. Actually, I might just turn these off. Hopefully I don't forget those. Let me get the name of the Red Dragon keyboard actually. It's the Red Dragon VATA 580 RGB, K580 RGB. You should post the peripherals and keyboard specs. You know, I probably should, but it's. Question, are you ever going to do a video game with that Asian guy? You laughed at everything. Actually, no lie. I was actually texting him earlier today, and I was like, you know, you should come over again. Everyone really enjoyed it. We really had a fun time, and so maybe in the future, and I got to fix this thing again. Maybe in the future, I definitely could go for another one of those. I definitely think that's doable. Honestly, I'd love to do another one with him. I should call him up right now. Be like, yo, man, we got people asking about you. You should come join us. Lots of people want to see you again. You know, join in on here. Let's see. Just do. We're just waiting around, guys. Don't know what to tell you. We've actually been waiting for 45 minutes, so y'all been watching this. Okay, he just got home, boys. We can finally get started. Hey, I have no problem waiting for people, but this did take a while. So he's just going to jump in YouTube again, and then we can finally get started. I got no problem waiting for somebody, but oh baby. Thank you all for anybody that actually stuck around for 45 minutes. Let's get this show on the road. So let's get this. Oh, there we go. Let's get started, boys. I don't want to fly through this because that's not a good idea, but I may or may not go a little bit quick. Okay, transition. Party time, boys. Let's get ourselves started. So we got the whole front ready to go, our whole motherboard ready to go. I need to make a trash pile. That's the Yayi, and that's the camera. That's not where I wanted. Oh, he might be watching. You know you were talking about my boy, Joseph. He should come over sometime. He said by the way, he said, and I have to blur this out. I don't know. I have to be very careful with this. He actually just texted me on Snapchat, boys. Let's see if I can zoom into this, guys. See if I can zoom in at the same time. I don't know if y'all can see this. He just said, LMAO. I just saw the chat, so it's no. We're not doxing him, man. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to make sure that we didn't expose him there. I'm not. He's got to come over sometime too. Like, come on, guys. We gotta have a fun time. Okay, enough fooling around. We got a computer build to go. And to be fair, it's a Snapchat. Let's get ourselves started. Okay. So I believe this is the RGB, and that's a screwdriver that's about to roll off the table. I'm curious on the viewer count. So we got 11 people watching. Let's switcheroo the. Actually, I'm gonna do a classic switcheroo. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Got ourselves everything we're looking for, and let's get started. So this is the RGB part of the cooler. This lets you control the RGB, and especially since we're doing a 2700X build with the stock cooler. Stock cooler is really RGB, so we want to make sure that we get the full use out of it. If I can find where this is. This may have been. I don't know. We'll find out. I might have to end up. Yep, that's what I looked for. So I might have to end up cable managing them together, or bunching them together. There we go. That is installed. Find the RGB. Put that up there. I will go through and do cable management. I just want to get everything started on the road, and then we'll get started with doing the cable management. There we go. So I'm just gonna slide the sucker down into the cable management, and there we go. We are all good there. And I'll bunch those together and hide those underneath there. Y'all won't see anything. It'll be good. Actually, I'm going to bring this back up here again. Okay, so that's good. Now it's time actually for a pile of stuff to do. There, so now it's time to go through, and we got the RAM, we got everything else. Let's get the case going, shall we? So case time, and I'm gonna take off put this down first, and let's get this. I'm actually gonna end up moving this motherboard up this way as well. Take off, put the case, get this case off first, and then we'll get working. And I need to be able to see. Let's just pop this chat out, shall we? Pop out chat, that would be a substantially smarter idea to do. Just cut off the excess cables, and then you don't have to do cable management. Snip in half. My dog did that to my mouse. Oh yeah, dude, that's... Actually, let me turn this sucker back on, so I can, before I forget. Sure both these suckers are going. Okay, we're good. Let's get a computer build done, guys. Damn, free wireless mouse. This is where you don't drop the glass panel. I haven't had it happen yet, and I don't want to have it happen. And I didn't think this is wood, so I just knocked on it. Okay, boys. Let's find the box of goodies. that would be this. Let's find our cable standoffs, or our motherboard standoffs, sorry, and put those in. So hippity hoppity, let's get the motherboard standoffs installed. And that's some all the motherboard standoffs. Let's go. So we're doing the regular ATX size. So this is an ATX motherboard, so therefore just do the regular ATX standoffs. But yeah, random question, by how many fans do you need in a case for a decent airflow? Like, what's the minimum amount of fans you have? So case fans are, I don't know, it really depends on the fan. So for example, and I'm going to get off topic because that's what usually happens on the stream. You got some type of fans, aka jet engines, if you really need that substantial airflow. Or we've got some other types of fans with the less substantial airflow. And my cat wants in. You want in? You want in? Okay, you want in? I'll let you in. You can come in. Come on in. Okay. I mean, I'll let you out if you want. Okay, so cats come in to join the live stream. So always ask, yeah. More intake or exhaust? Honestly, it depends. And hi, my cat is interested in the computer build, so hopefully I don't step on. Honestly, it all depends on the case. So like, for example, this case has some relatively decent airflow. So I looked it up. Let's see if you want to see my cat. I don't know, I think she might be bailing out. I don't know if y'all can hear. I'll switch to 2. I don't know if you can. Let's see how far can you go down. That's the camera post. Yeah, it depends on if you want dust or not. And I don't know how you guys can see her underneath there. Yep, there's the cat. There's the cat, boys. Say hello to the kitty. Where's fine access free heater as well. Yeah, so CPU, fine. Honestly, no issue with that. But there's the cat, by the way. Cat joined us for the build today. That was the first fan of this channel. And I don't know where I put the screws. There we go. I just built my first PC ever. Well, good for you, man. Nice to, that's a good thing to do. No problem there. So make sure I'm doing all the motherboard standoffs that I need to. Pretty sure it's just, that's set down there. And let's do the bottom as well. And then you don't have a PC. Well, Micah, being the expert in budget PC building, I'd recommend, I don't know where you went. Do you want out? I don't know, this is cats for y'all. You keep me out. I think you should have gone downstairs because this is not food. I promise you, this is not some food. See, how are you typing then? Illuminati confirmed. Okay. So that's not food. I promise you, not food. Yeah, I don't know if y'all hear my cat or not. But the cat came in for the live stream, so, and I actually know why you're hungry, because you didn't get dinner tonight. I got to do that after you done. Okay, driver screwdriver time. Sorry. Ouch, and that was the. Okay, there we go. Screwdriver time. And let's just put these suckers in. I think the cat wants to drink the thermal paste. Nah, kitty, you ain't doing that. And I think you went in to harass my brother. Oh, shout out to Benito Capilla. Dude, well, congratulations, man. $2. Good for you, man. What was the name of the case you're putting in? This is the H500, sorry. H500. So, biggest clickbait ever. Okay, so I have a question. If we've got the 2070, and we've got all the stuff that I'm building with, so how is it clickbait exactly? That's just my question that I've got to ask. If it's, you claim it's clickbait, should I build my first PC this summer when Ryzen 3000 drops with a $1,000 budget? Honestly, man, it's, I would say 100% wait. Like, the great thing about that is that, like, so for this computer example, I went and I I told this guy to build this computer. I was like, it's good to go, because what he was doing is just gaming and just some workstation tasks. And honestly, the Ryzen is still going to be a good processor. But what really comes down to it is the way that, like for more of the budget gamers, the 6 cores, 12 threads that are going to be for the Ryzen 3 is going to be such a great deal. I can't argue there. And honestly, it's a good deal, and I wouldn't. Oh, well, that was a bit. But it's going to be a good deal. It'll be definitely good for those people that are just starting off. For this system, though, right now is a good time to buy. There was some good deals on this. The Duke was a good deal. There's just a long list of good deals that I was just like, go ahead, buy it. We'll build the computer. You can enjoy it. This guy, it wasn't that big of a deal for a little bit, for waiting a couple months. So, and honestly, I think will be better to have the computer use it than still be waiting, because we don't even know if that stuff's coming out. So this is a fun one because I can actually chill out and build. So y'all want to build a PC, remember not to spend all your money on a PC so you can actually buy games. I spent $2,000 PC and then couldn't do anything with it until Christmas because I was broke. Yo man, I can relate to that on multiple levels actually. And that's kind of sad, but I feel you there. Okay boys, it's going to be time to, you got Destiny 2 for, yeah, but sometimes the graphics cards and stuff come for free stuff. Black Friday's the 15th of March, right? Lol, yeah, I wish it was. I'd be buying some stuff too myself. But no, I think sometimes graphics cards come with stuff, so if you want to end up getting that. And let's not forget the IO shield. The crisp IO shield. I hope you all are having a nice crispy time, because it's a nice crisp IO shield. And fork knife. Oh yeah, boys. Fork knife, the best game ever, right? Not really. I would not recommend playing. Fortnite would be not my game of choice for this computer. I mean, I'm going to discourage against it. This thing has a lot more potential than just Fortnite. But if that's what you choose to do with it, that's what you choose to do with it. I'm not going to blame you there. And line the sucker up. Get this all lined up and into where it should be, and we're ready to go. It's party time. Let's get this going. Let's get some screwdrivers going. And wherever that bag of screws went, here we are. Make my screwdriver went up here. And let's get going. 7800X or 6850K. A little website called CPU Benchmark would be my go-to place to figure that out. If you're, and I think someone subscribed, so thank you very much. But I would say that would be my go-to place, because honestly, I can't tell you off my top of my head what it would be the best. So, that would have to be something that you would, of course, look up, do your research before you make that kind of decision, because making, especially with processors and stuff, you don't want to get a huge core count processor, but extremely bad for gaming, and therefore the opposite. You don't want to get something with small core count and too little cores, so you can't do what you want. So as I said, kind of is a balancing issue. So make sure you balance everything well. Yeah. But yeah, this is like what I kind of go for on the computer building. It's a really nice chill. And thank you, someone else subscribed. iTornado, what's up, man? Which game is currently not the most graphically intensive? Asking for a friend. Carrie Holman, am I a PC enthusiast? I mean, I love PCs, man. I'm all for it. That's kind of why I do this channel. Graphically intensive. Like, some people will say PUBG, and PUBG is definitely not the most graphically intensive. PUBG is a intensive game, but not for your graphics card. It would definitely be, I'd argue, for your CPU or RAM or something else, because it's not graphics, I guarantee you that. Graphically intensive. Minecraft. There we go, boys. That would be... what would I argue? I think maybe Battlefield. Battlefield's got all the ray tracing in it. So I mean, if you really sit it down, that would be something you could argue as well. I need to be able to see this. Sorry, guys. I could argue Battlefield, maybe. That screw may be a little difficult to get in. I could argue Battlefield. There's a couple other games too. Maybe some of the newest titles like Metro Exodus or something. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of options to argue. I'm not going to just say that. Spider-Man. Oh, intensive, but okay, sorry. I thought you said graphically intensive. Maybe. Minecraft has always been, and I say Minecraft because like that's the game that everyone's like, hey, I want to play Minecraft. They're like, all the young kids, and they're like, I want to buy a computer for that. And I always tell the parents, I'm like, it's not the smartest idea to get your kid a Minecraft computer. Spend like $300 or even more on a Minecraft computer when simply the best way to do it is go to like a budget computer yard sale or something. Which reminds me, I should probably check. It also didn't get screwed in all the way. But like maybe check nearby for yard sales or something, because that honestly somebody that knows what they're doing and a good yard sale good yard sale will really get you a long way in building a computer. So I can't really tell somebody, be like, hey, I think that one may be a little messed up. There we go. Actually, I might have to unscrew a little bit of this because this is not lining up all the way. So I can scoot this over a little bit. Make sure everything's good. I like to make sure everything's stable. Can you vlog buying stuff from yard sales? Okay, we got a long list. Let me start on one thing. So blogging stuff on yard sales. That's the difficulty, because when you go to somebody's house, you don't want to know if you have to ask questions. Be like, hey, can I record? And then they're going to be like, why are you trying to record? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I like to record, this computer stuff. And honestly, that's an interesting place to get down, because you've got to answer a lot of questions before you get to buying stuff. And while some people may, be fine with it, they're going to ask, why are you trying to record? Are you trying to show off that, I don't know, it's a lot of steps to go through. And so well, yes, I might try it someday. I don't know about doing it. And thank you for some more subscribers. Supposed to be in the cages in the bottom of the case. Oh, well, my man, you're in for a treat then. This is going to be an educational video for you. And there we go. I've got all the screws fixed up too, so everything should be all fixed. Okay. I think that last screw, all the screws are tightened down. Oh, I have one more in the center. Forgot about that sucker. That's for the SSD. I was trying to hit 2K on the channel. Just use a pen camera. Back when you could lifeboat without having to buy MVP. Honestly, I got off of Minecraft and I'm glad I did. Hi, kitty. You've made your return. You want to go out? I'll let you out. You want to come out? This is the life of a cat show for guys. You want out or you just want to chill? You want to meow? Okay. There we go. Well, welcome to Meow Show, guys. This is interesting. Let's get the graphics card installed. So this sucker, I actually was concerned that it wouldn't fit, so I had to make sure I did my research and actually took the sucker out, installed it into the case, made sure everything was good before I got down on it or started building with it, because this is would have been a bad idea to get this far and be like, oh, the graphics card don't fit, and then everyone would be like, well, you should have known that, and then I would have been like, yes, I should have, but not smart planning and not good planning on my part. We've also got a graphics card holder, something quite interesting as well. I've never built a system with those. That's probably because the computer itself has got a little thick graphics card. A little thick. We'll just say that. A slight bit thick. Did the guy you're building it for ever show up? Yeah, he's in here right now, I think. I believe so. Yeah, I'll show. Cat's rights. Yeah, I know. Are you sitting down now? Yep. He's sitting down watching. Let's see. Let's see if y'all can see. See, this is. See if y'all can see her. She's laying down right there. She's just chilling out. Got nothing wrong. Just chilling. No issues. Just in here for the live stream, boys. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, there's Kitty having a fun time. I mean, everyone's got a right to the live stream. Why not, you know, her hop in and enjoy it just as much as y'all are. Okay. That was not what I wanted to do. But yeah, so she's got as much of a right to the live stream as you all do. But yeah, he's in here right now. Why are you barefoot? This is my house, and I enjoy building computers barefoot. I don't have anything on the ground. Make sure everything's pretty clean. And I'll clean up the cable management in a second. That, my friend, does not appear to be... That appears that's one down. Not what I thought. Okay, that's different. They used one of the I/O expansion slots for the M.2. Could have sworn that I didn't see that, but I could have sworn that's what I... Or I could have sworn that I checked this beforehand. Cats want human servants' attention. Yeah, no. And that's not the right slot either. Oh, actually, yeah, that is. Never mind. Okay, boys. Hippity hoppity. Make sure I need to go around here real quick. Need help building my PC? Well, you know, man, I do these, and you know, that might be a smart starting position. But I build these computers for people if you're interested. So, if you're interested in having a computer built, maybe consider. There we go. Locked into place. But I build these computers for people, so if you want, if you have some parts you bought, actually this guy bought some parts. He's down here. I'll skip the top one. I've never built a PC where the top PCIs take off. Yeah, you're right. And there went the battery. I have to switch that battery. How do I install a PC without Sorry, oh boy. How do I install the PSU without short-circuiting the whole system? Well, here we go. Ray tracing, does everything... Okay, I'm really losing my voice, so I apologize. Okay, so type of graphics card is this. This is the MSI Duke 2070. How do I install the PSU without short-circuiting the whole system? Just turn everything off. Once you turn everything off, it's a lot easier. Ray tracing is basically using dedicated processor cores or compute cores on the graphics card to basically calculate light rays and trace the individual light rays to basically get more realistic looking performance. But there's a lot of shortcuts that can do it a lot more efficiently. The video is claiming that it does more, looks more realistic, but in reality the shortcuts also do pretty good. Not the reason why we got this card though, or I chose this card from him, or recommended, sorry. Keep everything off when you do it, don't do anything stupid, yeah. Bro, don't put that graphics there. It looks like it just gets in the way of everything while you build. Well, right now I really do need to put it in because I need to go through and put the power supply in next. Also, I'm going to put in this sucker, the holder for it, so that way it's not holding me up when I need to later on. So I've never done a graphics card holder, I'm pretty sure. Are you for or against ray tracing? So the idea of it is pretty good. I got no issue with the idea. It's a cool thing. It looks good in graphics. No problem with it. The downside to ray tracing though is it's got a huge graphics hit. So like your graphics card, especially like when you turn it on and when you're using it, it gets a pretty good whammy, and not what I would say is, I don't know. I have a preference of that 4K, you know, wanting that 4K 144 hertz kind of graphics, and you know, some people are for and against that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that having your main feature on your graphics card not be supported by like all the different companies, and you know, and that still is not okay. How do we? That I probably should not have guesstimated. Let's find out what the instructions are for that sucker, because that is not what I thought it was. That's actually Joseph, and he's watching the stream as well. I think he's just chilling. But so, what's the best GPU for price? I actually have to say 580 right now. 580 is an amazing deal. I got to figure out which one of this. I ran out of desk space. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's do the simple kids guide. That's not what I'm looking for. I hope this is the MSI Peak version. Didn't know that about ray tracing. Yeah, so, not Lyle. It's my buddy Joseph. He did it when he came over for his computer build. So, did they tell you how to install the support? No, they don't. That's not important. Was that supposed to go up there? I don't know. They probably should have told you about that. 580 or 590. 580 is actually a better deal. I recommend it for anybody that's interested in getting, you know, none of this stuff is, they don't even include instructions on how this is ideally supposed to go in. And to be fair, I want to make sure that I do this right. But this is why I'm getting paid to do this. So I've got to figure it out correctly. You're back. You're on your move again. Okay. Cat's on the move again. But yeah, Maker, how you doing? Isn't the 590 just slightly better than the 580? Yeah. 1660 Ti is still pretty expensive. I don't know. Why the heck is... I found this stream in my feed. Well, thanks for hopping in, I guess. We're having much more of a chill day than I originally thought. And honestly, I'm having a little bit of an interesting day myself. Let's put this sucker up. I don't know why this is so difficult to find out how to install a GPU holder. What's my favorite game? I'm actually playing a lot of Apex lately. You know, we're doing Google. What's my favorite Pop-Tart? Okay, you know what? We're finding out what the heck, how do I install this sucker? Because this is definitely not, oh, and Joseph's, well, you think I'll get sued if I become Lyle for a vid? I mean, you could always claim your, so I'm not going to say it, but Joseph is texting me saying that he might claim to be Lyle for video, and then we'll have a fun day. Let's see if I can do my Google images. Let's just do this. Because I don't know how to do this. So we're going to... So see, that does not look like that. To be fair, that does not look like it. Yeah, that not look the same thing. Nope. MSI. This is why I tried Apex for let's say I didn't like it. You know, Ninja got paid $1 million to play Apex, and you know, okay, and honestly, it blows me away that you know you get paid that much money. I mean, me, I think the most I've gotten paid to do something is like maybe a couple. I just play the race card. Yeah, that too. Let's see if I can, where the heck am I? Okay, so picture of it mounted somewhere. MSI Duke, let's do 20 RTX in computer. Let's see if they have a picture of inside a computer. Come on, just need to know what it looks like. Oh, of course. Oh, does this, no, of course. Do we have a, nope, I don't know. Can we see what it looks like mounted inside the case? Por favor. Okay, well, that's not... John, I'd like to see us go. Come on. This is really weird. H200, that's cheating. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why this is not... This is so weird. I just, the weird part is like this is, so I know what a mount, like a support bracket's supposed to do, but this is like installed correctly, and so first off, this bracket is unusual because usually they go straight across and then they offer support. The problem is this is like something is, as I said, definitely either off, and I want to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. So if y'all have a problem with me making sure I do things right, that's kind of you have to deal. I gotta figure out what the heck is. Support bracket. Let's see. Come on. Hippity hoppity. Okay, let's figure out what we got. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people, yeah, so a lot of people are saying that the card itself, is, I don't know, it looks like, so to be fair, on the Google, it's on, sorry, on Reddit, it says that the card itself, is really, like the support bracket itself is really weird. So they're saying that I'm doing it right. I just, yeah, it's weird. So, you know what? I got no problem with it. Just literally, this does not look, I don't know, like what I would expect. But you know, I'm not gonna argue here. It's done how I like. MSI sucks. So MSI has a great graphics card like lineup. They've got some good. They've done a good job with their graphics cards. But besides that, we're just not going to talk about it because, oh, but baby, is that a interesting situation there? Okay, so fun time now. Cable management. And I gotta say, like right now, this is this support bracket. Yeah. So. Chase, this is not, I'm going to give you my professional opinion of this is this support bracket between the advice Google offered and what my personal advice would be. I'm going to say not going to recommend putting in the system. I'm actually going to remove it. Really quite, yeah, nope, we're getting rid of the sucker. It's completely useless, and I am installing it correctly, so it's completely useless. Actually, I should set this back down. But no, I'm gonna say completely useless here. So my professional opinion is going to be we're going to veto. Yeah, I'm gonna veto that because this is not going to be a good idea. because it doesn't support the graphics card, and I mean, unless you have a particular fan of a bunch of metal, unnecessary metal, sorry, in your system, it's really not worth it. And honestly, you've got plenty of room to upgrade later on. Hey, I hate the best time of year to build a PC though. I need to know when I could save the most amount of money. I think I did a video on this. I think it was something like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or shortly thereafter, because that's when all the companies start doing all the Christmas deals and stuff. Honestly, after Black Friday, anything that's good is still going to be around on Cyber Monday. So honestly, that would be my best recommendation. But we're going to veto and say that this I was doing this thing correctly. I'm going to put this back, but nah, that thing is a piece of junk. I thought I was doing something wrong. I'd rather be. I wish I was wrong though. I really do actually. Okay, so let's get this stuff set up so you all can see what's going on. So I've got sticker pile. Let me make sticker pile over here. So this is cable pile. Let's get this back panel off. But honestly, I wish I was doing something wrong. Giving up on the bracket. The bracket is, according to the internet, useless. I'm not the only one that thought it was completely stupid, including the fact that they neglected to have instructions. So honestly, I have no issue with that though. You gotta say, that's pretty attractive. I mean, me, I'm having a good day already. Today just gets better. Not gonna lie. Let me get this. I don't know if this is gonna fit. Let's just do a close up. Let's get these cameras set up so I can give y'all a nice view of what's going on the insides. It's cable time. Because it's MSI. You know, we're not gonna argue here. Not even gonna argue here. Let's use. Okay, let's transition. There you go. And there you guys go. So we're gonna do the cable management now. I'm gonna get the power supply out, and we'll go from there. Honestly though, it's just, as I said, I should have known better, but like, I like to be wrong, because being wrong means that I learned something, and you know, it's maybe something I don't know, because I'm not perfect, and heck, you know, you claim to be. You learn something every time you fool around with a computer, and I like to be wrong, but especially in this case, I really would like to be wrong, because I spent all that time, you know, looking stuff up. I would like to find out the right answer and not waste it, but no, it's MSI. They didn't. Their instructions are useless. We'll leave it there. Nothing wrong with MSI. Just like the motherboard you got from them. Oh, Larry, I have a feeling you might remember that. Oh yes, I had an individual time where MSI may or may not have neglected to include all the necessary components on the motherboard. Welcome to ASMR, guys. Okay, our PSU time. Gotta say, EVGA and their power supplies, any day's a good day with them. I'm not gonna lie. EVGA has yet to let me down on their power supplies, and I have ever since necessarily said that EVGA is number one in that department for me. Without a doubt, EVGA is the stuff. Especially when you, I mean, why not? Like, EVGA is just perfect. So there's a power cord. I don't need any of that. I will need a VGA, make the pile of stuff I need. We'll need a, what is this? This is a super motherboard option. I don't think That looks like a few too many pins. Yep. That we don't need. That also looks like a few too little pins. Maybe that's just right. Oh, that's just right. That goes into the motherboard. Okay. CPU, we've got that. I think I need another VGA. Well, that's perfect. Okay. We need some. That's what I'm looking for. What do we need on the back of the case? Anything? Nope, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I'll put this box down here. Prime boards have been poop. Plenty. I mean, everything has been poop. It just won't be as poop as MSI having 3 motherboards go bad on me in a row. That won't be that poop, I guarantee you. Or even that saying bad luck. Because that was some bad luck on my part. Or, and how the heck, sorry, I should use different words. Are you supposed to get this power supply in? Today is going to be a fun day, I gotta say that much. I've got some, I have a feeling. Got a feeling. Let's find out what we got here. I got a 1080, so I got a 650. And I have a feeling this pops off. Yep. Okay, guys, take a look at this. Take a look. I'm actually impressed. They did like an amazing job with this way that they did this shroud for the power supply. So look at this. So this thing slides off, and then you've got full access to all the cables with the side glass panel. Okay, guys. This is why I love Cooler Master for builds, because this, you can't get any easier than this. You've got full access to everything you're looking at, and then you just put the cover on it, and you're all good. Oh my goodness, this is my now go-to case. This case right here, amazing. 10 out of 10, would build again. This is impressive. Honestly, just completely impressive. I can't even begin to describe how nice it is to not have a problem with, just can't go to the levels. It's just amazing that they've done this. This should not have taken this long to do this, but I've got to say 10 out of 10 would build again. Just completely awesome. Put this one up there too. Honestly, this is just insane. Just, oof. I'm blown away. Like, that should not, as I said, have taken that long. Is the B450 motor a good micro ATX motherboard? Honestly, all preference, but I've been avoiding MSI recently because of a lot of issues with their, I don't know. They've had a lot of issues recently, and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that. Let me get some light up here. I have some extra lights, actually. I actually got a few at a yard sale. So these suckers are, I think these each were like $1 maybe. Absolutely best dollar that I've ever spent. These are like these are like amazing lights. And this lets me work in there. And you've got to admit, that's some good light. Actually, I might even have to put them back here because they're just a slight bit too OP, I guess is the right word. Just put that back there too. Honestly, that's a lot better now. Y'all can see in there, and I can too. Okay, CPU time. That might be GPU. Okay, I was here, CPU. Okay, cable management time, boys. This is how you get an expert to build a nice old computer. Okay, boys, so we've got a CPU option, CPU 1 here. I'm going to bring this around, actually, around back. I think a battery went too. This is the only one that's doing anything. Actually, I need to go through and fix this. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta fix my other camera. So, I gotta fix this camera. Its battery went dead and I forgot to change it. A micro build would be better than an ATX build because I might take my PC with me for LAN parties. So my younger brother, he does a lot of LAN parties too. I have a LAN computer for him, so I know what I'm talking about. So he does a lot of LAN parties. And honestly, what I found best is just having a light case. It doesn't matter the size, because really what matters is if you can carry it. And honestly, the big case is easier to build on. You get better hardware to put in there for cheap. For looking at it from the yard sale standpoint. So I got a lot of good stuff in his travel computer that, like, I would say it's probably worth around $300. And I think I spent like maybe $50 on it. So it's not necessarily about, you know, how do I say this? Not necessarily all about, you know, having the best hardware, but it's definitely a good deal to know what you're doing. Okay, let's get this show on the road. CPU time, boys. Up through the top, around, here we go. This is like, it's so interesting because when I first built my first computer, it was like all scary and you know, freaky, and then by now it's just laid back, and this one actually has more of a importance because if I mess it up, it's not my computer, so I have to really be careful. But no, it's good. Let's put the motherboard cable on there. Put the sucker on there. This goes on the motherboard. Put this around here, and I'll start doing some cable management in a second. Making the sucker look really nice and pretty. There we go. Motherboard there. Make sure I'm like this pile over here. I just go slow, no rush. I think that works best actually. And let's go over here and put the cables in and attach the motherboard cables, and that's weird. Oh, I'm doing that wrong. Wrong way. There we go. Nice and sturdy. There we go. What else? We gotta get the different SATA connections, different motherboard connections. Let's do over the top. Or not the different motherboard connections, the different VGA connections. So you've got enough to power a pretty substantial arsenal of graphics cards in here too. So I wouldn't be concerned about SOI or anything. You've got all the necessary hardware. All the right hardware is in here. Just put the sucker right here. And we'll clean this up in a second. As I said, I just want to make sure everything boots, and then we'll do a nice cleanup. Okay. And this will be another one that I'll do. Hippity hoppity. Oh, this one was probably smarter to do. Yeah, that would have been smarter. Okay, one at a time. That was not the right choice in cord. I was looking for one, but I don't have no problem doing two. Sometimes they make it more difficult than they could have, but first one there. And this is cable management, your lovely favorite type of the build because it takes forever and it's most important in making sure that everyone's happy. If cable management isn't nice, a lot of things aren't nice. Just leave it there. Honestly, I've never seen it done that way, so. There we go. Put some slot tension on this. There we go. Okay. What else we gotta do? Let's get the SSD installed. And what are the specs on your first ever PC build? I had one of those. So my first ever computer, well, it's not a PC build. So my first ever computer was a Lenovo ThinkStation or a ThinkPad, and the funny story about that is I ended up being my first job, which was actually working at Lenovo as an intern, was actually at the department that does the workstations. So it was actually like really cool because I ended up like working in watching people develop the same like machines that I first used in my first computer. So, that was by far one of my, favorite, I don't know. And you're still in the house. I'm impressed. Has no one let you out, or are you just stuck in here? But yeah, that was the really cool part. I don't even remember what I had. I probably had like a Intel Core Duo or something. Done anything good. So my next thing, what I did is I went through and I had I'm trying to remember. I think I had an i5 first gen. Was my this? I don't think these are the right screws. Which one of these screws is it? But then I had like an Intel i5 system that I loved a lot. I think it had like a Radeon 5 something. I don't remember. But that was my next system, and then it went to this 1080 Ti. 1080 Ti Ryzen 1800X system that I have now. The thing about this system though is this what really got me on the road, because had it not been for this system, I don't think I would be doing this choice of YouTube career. So I guess that's partly thankful for why I'm here today, actually still building these computers. But yeah, so that first computer build was relatively good, but then here was, the main one that's actually still sitting behind here. Of course, it's been upgraded and stuff like that, but I've done my fair share of builds though over the years, so it's not like I've built one and just moved on. It's just I only build like a main rig every couple years. So I'm also not a big Intel fanboy or an AMD fanboy. I just prefer whatever's good for what I need. So if a big Intel processor comes out, I wouldn't mind switching to Intel. It's just, as I said, it's really about the performance for me, not really anything else. And that's why I'm rooting for AMD for this new set of processors, is because I really want to see them do good, I guess. And let's see how many viewers we got. We got 9 people watching. Nothing crazy. But yeah, so that's why I keep rooting for them, is because I really like to see a good processor come out. You want out? Here, I gotta let you out. Here. Nope. I'll let you out. There you go. You want to stay in or not? Nope, you want to stay in. Okay. Cat don't know what it wants to do. I think it's hungry. I gotta go do that later too. I'll clean the sucker up, get everything done, and then we'll move on from there. Ran out of space. I don't know where this cat went either. Okay. It's time for a hard drive. We got 2 terabytes here. Whole 2 terabytes. Put the SSD top one, 2 terabytes on the bottom one. This is actually a really solid build, so like no issue here. Hippity hoppity. That's not on the right property. But yeah, so that's I'm okay. What do you need? I don't know. I don't know where the camera is. She was up here earlier. I don't know. I don't know where Kitty went. You know, you have good enough idea as I do. I went from a K44 with 7 years to a Skylake i5 and I have an i7. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with the Skylake. Now this is an interesting way of mounting hard drives. I'm slightly appalled by the way they've done this. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm playing some Apex Legends after this. I think I may go the old-fashioned screw it in route, because yeah, this is quite interesting. Yeah, we're going screw it in route. As much as I'm a nice old fan of yeah, this is definitely a need some screws. This is not working. But yeah, I mean, honestly, whatever you start with is, I guess, kind of influential. Depends on who you are. Some people will start with a, I don't know, they'll start with something bad and then they'll work the way up. My brother, for example, went from a console, and so I think anything I could do to get him away from a console would be ideal. And I think it's time that I find another box of screws, because I'm neglecting to do this with what they recommended. Here we are. Where are these screws? But honestly, what it comes down to ultimately is just whether or not you've, had the learning experience, or you've, switched, or you've got something proper for what you want to do. I mean, me was, I was on a Mac actually at the time, because my poor family thought that, actually I'm still trying to convince my uncle to get a PC. But ultimately it just really boils down to making sure that, you're doing what you want on the right system, that you know what's going on, and everything in your computer, you're aware of. There we go. Just making sure that this is, because all this stuff will bounce around a lot in shipping. Okay. There we go. So that goes in the bottom one, and there's an SSD slot down there too, but that's fine. Okay, next up, let's do, that was the, got that done, that done, that done, that done, that done. Let's get the different hard drives going, and then we'll be good to get started. Let's do SATA 1. And I've got more messages, give me a sec. I have a couple more text messages. Okay, so there we go, that's done, that's done, that's done. I've got to put them in the, grab these suckers. Wow, this is actually done very nicely. Like this, the way that this case is done, not gonna lie, is very well. Like they've included all the cutouts, they've done their research. Like no problem so far with this design. I would say this is by far one of my favorite cases so far to build in. I mean, it doesn't look the best in my personal opinion, but it's definitely a easy to build in case, which ultimately when you're doing this as like a, you know, I'm going to build computers for people kind of deal, you kind of want to make sure that it's easy to build in. So I got no issues, really no issues. And if whoever I'm building it for is happy with how it looks, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. Because ultimately it's just what matters to them is what matters to me. Again, sucker right here. That would be first one. Actually, let's switch that around a different way. Just a different way. Maybe get some music in here. Okay. I think we are all good for maybe a quick test boot. Actually, I may end up doing the RGB. I don't know. We'll see. I have to fool around with the RGB now, see what looks the best. Cable management is not ideal at the moment, but I will definitely fix that up in a second. Let's see what we got here in the. They've done this so nicely. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like this whole build is definitely super easy. Just very nice, well done. Yeah, and the best part is they've even got this like adapter thing, the motherboard, so that you can pretty much just install everything without having to even look everything up. It's very nice. Like doing the I/O, extremely simple. Like no issues there either. Like, wow. Like, I wish everything had like this easy of a switch, because honestly, this I/O literally took me maybe like 30 seconds. Like, this is the quickest thing I've ever done. So, there's the panel. Absolutely phenomenal. I think that's by far one of my favorite Honestly, I might even buy some of these because these are super duper nice. Okay. That would be front panel done. That's a fan splitter, maybe important. And let's do this is such a nice case. Like the way that they've done half these, like half this stuff is done to a level that I aspire to be at. Like this engine, this is definitely well thought out. Like they literally sat somebody down and they're like, hey, what would you change in a case? And this is definitely it. Like this motherboard, this case, definitely easy to build in. This is HD audio. Oh, yeah, they've done all the, like all the different ports. Oh, actually no, that's for, I believe this. That may actually have to come through. That has to come back to there. Never mind. I thought this was getting a little too easy. Same thing. Still, there's... Okay, let's do the HD audio now. Audio front panel. Let's see if that's it. Yep, I'll say that's it. And let's get the USBs. USB 1. Go underneath all this mess I'll clean up in a second. And let's put this sucker right there. Okay, we are all good for a test boot. I think we are all good. Let's do a test boot. I think we're going to be looking at a nice system today, boys. I have a feeling no problems whatsoever. And we get any lights on? I think we do have a... Yep, we do have some Rogue RGB. And those, my friend, is the fans not spinning, so that probably means they are... Nope, there's a fan splitter, but these suckers need to be powered on. So let's figure out how we can get that done. Let's see if we can get that done real quick. Definitely we've only got one RAM stick reading though. Okay, well, looks like there's our fair share of things to mess around with. There we go, we got that front I/O. Front fans, going good. I would say that's not properly seated. That may need to be rebooted. Well, we've got both sticks reading now. Both sticks reading. CPU reading. Everything looks good. Let's get the HDMI cable. Make sure everything is good. And which one of these has the HDMI? I think this baggie back here does. Okay, here we go. Let's do a quick test of what's going on, and I think we might be done for the day. I've got to do some RGB syncing, get some stuff installed, and we'll think the RGB's up. But honestly, that looks pretty dang good. I don't know if you guys can see the RAM or not, but like, you didn't switch it off. That's what I did. That's what I stopped before I put the RAM in. Stop before I put the RAM in. But that's all good. Make sure I got a quick boot, this is actually going to cause problems. But no, I switched it off before I. Hippity hoppity, which one of these is the correct real estate property? That did not sound good. Nope, that was my extra mouse. Okay. Which one, y'all? This starting thing should not spin though. Hippity hoppity, let's figure out what is going on. Everything should be installed. Let's do a quick test of the USBs. Okay. And okay. We're all good. Let's switch to some input, shall we? And figure out what the heck is going on with me there. Nope. Okay. Let's do the classic input switch. Which input is the proper one? If we can get the post, that'd be ideal. Make sure getting all clear, and that'd be good. There we go. We got a post. It says an F. Oh boy. F1 to run setup. Okay. Everything is all good, so I'm going to officially call the stream to close. So honestly, taking a look at this though, it looks like everything looks pretty good. So there we go. Advanced mode. But yeah, everything looks good. No issues here. Everything is good. Yeah. No problems here. Yeah, and BIOS looks good. Yep, no problems here. All the RAM's being read. CPU is good. Yeah, no issues here. We got to clean up a little bit on the cable management. Actually, a lot on the back. But that'll make it look nice and pretty. And that you'll have to watch the video for a full showcase. But it'll look really good. No worries. So that's going to be the full build honestly, it looks really good, like really good. But there we go. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and thank you for everyone that joined us in today, and thanks. See y'all later. Goodbye.